Traders, we're almost 2 hours into trading on Tuesday, April 19th. Let's go right to the previous pick. I don't even know when my last pick was a loser. Go back, look 20 videos, watch them all. The first thing I start every video off with is a review of my prior pick. Thursday morning, that was my last video, right here about an hour into the open, hour and a half into the open, somewhere around the 237 range. Price-wise is where I highlighted target. Target currently 244.50. At least a $6.50 move higher. Do you think you could have made some money on that? I know you could have made money on that. What's even more impressive is the fact that the stock had to weather some selling pressure by the S&P 500. Right in here. This is where we got long target. Look what the market did. The gray line is the S&P 500. Down, down, down. If you had traded futures from the long side, you would have lost a lot of money. My premise for the trade was that I felt that we were going to be finding support into earnings season. Lo and behold, market is running like crazy this morning. The stock weathered that market dip, and now that the market is starting to take off, see ya later. Take a look at that daily chart. It's a beauty. Through horizontal resistance, starting to stack green candles. Through this horizontal resistance, beautiful. We had all of the ingredients that we needed for an excellent, excellent trade. And we were finding support right here at that 200-day moving average above that horizontal resistance. That's why we got into the trade. So let's take a look at the market. Let's find another trade. Going to take a look at SPY right now on a 5-minute basis. Stacked long green candles. Look at that buying pressure. This is an extremely strong trend. Now we have a bearish 1OP cross. What does that mean? Typically, when we get a bearish 1OP cross, it is predictive, not reactive. It's telling us, watch out, watch out, watch out. There could be a market drop coming. When we get a decline in the 1OP indicator without a corresponding decline in the market, that is a very bullish sign. That's what we call a bullish divergence. That confirms this trend strength. We don't get them but about 20% of the time. 80% of the time, this is what we see. 1OP up, 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 you get your bearish cross in here, and then you get the market declining. Bearish cross in here, not bearish cross here, here, here. Predictive, not reactive. So, in any event, I'm looking for a bullish divergence. I'm looking for this 1OP indicator to keep coming in. So how do you day trade this? If you came into the day and you're all hot and bothered because you missed this move right here, now is the time when you want to be watching for stocks that are super, super strong, waiting for this 1OP indicator when it has that bearish cycle, and it is a benign cycle confirming trend strength, bullish divergence, then you know those stocks that you've been looking at all day that keep popping up on your list, this is going to be a good entry point because we can expect another leg higher in the market. And we've broken through all of the major resistance areas. M5 I can't really show you here because I'd have to scroll back. So let's go M15, downward sloping trend line, breach to the upside. M30, downward sloping trend line, breach to the upside. H1, that's my H1 line coming into play right there, just so that I know where it is. And you can see it's coming into play right around SPY 448. Hey, take a longer term look. Guess what comes into play at 448? The 200-day moving average. So that is a fairly big resistance level. Love to see us get through it. Earnings season is going to be really cranking up. Typically, buyers are engaged during earnings season, especially when they're just kicking off because there's a lot of optimism market through the 50-day moving average. So right now, if I put up the market signals, 5, 15, 30, 1 hour. All the shorter time frames are currently on buy signals, so I can feel pretty confident, even QQQ, getting long in here. Now, I'd like to see these longer term ones flip as well. And when they're all agreeing on one side, like they've been the last few days, then you want it to stay on the short side. But when we get them all in agreement on the long side, we want to be finding nice bullish positions. That's what we're going to be looking for today. We want to find some bullish stocks. So let's start taking a look at some of our searches. I could go into any number of searches here. One of my favorite swing trading searches is Pop Bull. That's got some excellent candidates in it, but I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I am going to be doing more swing trading analysis starting midsummer. I've got a new website that I'm going to be launching in a couple of weeks. As soon as it's launched, I'm going to be telling you about it. Lots of educational content on it. And then about a month from now, I'm going to be releasing the new Option Stalker. It is going to be a mobile app with real-time data included. All the searches that you see included, the buy signal, sell signals included, and you'll be able to create your own custom searches with all the variables that I'm going to be showing you right now. And that's how we're going to conduct our search. So I'm looking for, we've got a new feature called algo lines. These are trend lines in many instances that you'll be able to see visually on a chart, but there is actually an algorithm that calculates these lines. So sometimes you'll be able to see it on the chart perfectly. Sometimes you might see some points passing through it, but in any event, we use this to find our trend lines. And on a 1 hour basis, I conducted this search today. Why did I use a 1 hour basis? Excuse me, I've got a 2 hour basis marked here, which is fine. 1 hour, 2 hour basis. That's telling me that the stock on that type of chart, we have a downward sloping trend line that has been breached to the upside. That is bullish. Well, if you think of the price action the last couple of days in the market, remember, down, down, down. This is a daily chart of the S&P 500. Put up the 1 hour chart, as I showed you earlier, down, down, down. Okay, now we have downward sloping trend lines for some of these super strong stocks that are broken to the upside. That's why I want to use that 1 hour time frame to see, hey, what's breaking through that downward sloping trend line? Would be also nice to have some a trade signal that is bullish on a daily basis. Stock above prior day high. Well, everything should be conforming to that right now with the S&P futures up 55 points. We have option liquidity set very, very high at a value of 5. So let's see what comes up. These stocks, ooh, I just had a trend line that was breached to the upside. I preach this constantly. Set alerts. It's much easier to manage an alert than it is to manage a position. Keep setting these alerts. When you flip a chart and you see something really attractive, set that alert line. That is the alert line that I set. This is a potential bullish flag formation. CALM. I'm going to be rewarded because I took the time to do this days ago, and I have hundreds of alerts set on a good till cancel basis. Let's take a look at that 5-minute chart, see what we got going here. Not bad. We've got the stock starting to creep higher. Is there any other area that I can set an alert at? Now that it's on my radar and I know that it's been able to break that downward sloping trend line, I'm going to pick another resistance level. If the stock gets through that, I'm going to feel pretty confident that it's got what it needs to move higher. So let's go back and take a look at the search that we were on because I want to continue that theme of these breakouts. So we have a stock that's on a buy signal on a daily basis. We have a stock that has broken through a 2 hour downward sloping trend line. The stock is above the prior day's high. The stock has fantastic option liquidity. These are the stocks that we're going to be looking at. Notice it's not 200 stocks I got to flip through. Pretty small list. If I wanted to ease up on the option liquidity, I could get many other candidates in. But right now, let's see what we got. DAL. Beautiful. Let's go into the 2 hour chart and see if we can spot the breakout. This breakout actually would have happened a few days ago right there. You got your earnings announcement. That's your breakout. Looks good. Go into the daily chart of DAL. Look at that long-term downward sloping trend line breach to the upside. Earnings before the open. Holds the 200-day moving average. Heavy volume marching higher. Love it. Looks great to me. DOW. Beautiful. Look at that breakout right there through horizontal resistance, stacking green candles, 10SI relative strength, showing us that this stock has been strong relative to the market even before today's rally. Looks good to me. MCD. This is your pick of the day. I love it. Got a little bit of a bullish hammer here. There's your flagpole. There's your downward sloping trend line, breach to the upside. 100-day moving average here. Earlier today, I sold a lottery, meaning that these options expire Friday, a lottery 250 bullish put spread for a 50-cent credit if that stock stays above 250, which also happens to coincide with the 100-day moving average. That should lend support. If it expires this Friday, I'm going to make 25% on that trade. I like this stock to keep moving higher. Downward sloping trend line through here. Also breached on a longer term basis to the upside. I love McDonald's. Look at the relative strength here for a long time, even with the market chopping around, directionless, not going anywhere. That's what the market's been doing. That's what the stock has been doing. That's why when I do my next video, I'm pretty confident I'm going to be telling you about the winner I had in McDonald's. This is the system we trade. If you think this is a bunch of hype, I urge you, please go back, watch my last 10, 15, 20 videos. All you have to do is watch the first 2 minutes, and you'll be able to see how the previous pick played out to get a feel for the track record. And if you don't believe that I actually made that selection, then watch the entire video and you'll be able to see the pick that I made. You've got to verify these results. I don't want to show you some kind of photoshopped P&L and cherry pick this or that. These are actual trades I'm showing you as they're unfolding. Please tell your friends about the YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow it. I'm not the best guy as far as promoting it and marketing it, but I can tell you this. If I have more eyeballs on my YouTube channel, I will do more videos. So we've got one more pick to take a look at. Nike. Got this downward sloping trend line right there that you can see. Let's draw it for you so you can see it nicely. Right in here like that. Beautiful. Broken to the upside. Yes, I like Nike. So out of the ones that I showed you, DAL looks really, really nice. Dow, loving that. Dow could easily be my pick of the day. Really like that one as well. But McDonald's is the one. By the way, hover over the E. 428 is earnings. That's next week. We do not hold over earnings ever. So make sure you get out of this trade before earnings if you're trying to milk a move higher and higher. I like what I see in the market today. I think the market's going to be able to hold the majority of its gains. Got to wait for this cycle to run here. I think we're probably going to compress near the high of the day and not make much of an advance. A lot of this trading has been program driven. I mean, it's up one day and down the next day and up the next day. If we go into the daily chart, you can see how volatile the price action has been. Directionless, down 60 points, up 60 points, down 60 points, up 60 points. Very difficult to do any kind of swing trading in this environment, but if you follow the method I'm showing you, you're going to have really good success. And this is always the key. Market first, market first, market first. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.